Today we're talking about Chroniosepsis, the second discovery of Dr. Buteyko. What is it, what you need to know about it, and how can we help you? I'm joined here today with Sasha Yakovleva of the Breathing Center and Advanced Buteyko Specialist. Hello, Sasha.
Hi, Terry. Thank you very much for being curious about this very important topic.
So what exactly is Chroniosepsis?
I know it's a little bit difficult to understand this word. This word was created by Dr. Buteyko, and he combined two words. The first one is chronic, and the second one is sepsis. Sepsis is a pretty big word, and it's a medical term which describes a life-threatening condition caused by an infection in the body when bacteria enter the bloodstream. So Dr. Buteyko found out that some people have a chronic condition like this, which might be not noticeable, but it highly affects their breathing and overall health.
So how did you discover this? What was your personal experience with it?
Yeah, I always feel a little bit strange talking about it because I'm not a medical doctor. As you know, I'm an educator. And all I can do is to inform people about this condition, just as I was informed about it about 12 years ago when I visited the Buteyko Clinic in Moscow for the first time. At that time, I spent a lot of time with Lyudmila Buteyko, the wife of Dr. Buteyko. Dr. Buteyko already passed away. And Dr. Novozhilov, who is the current patent holder of the Buteyko method. And they told me about that condition and about the second discovery of Dr. Buteyko. At that time, it felt pretty abstract to me. I didn't have any personal experience in this area. And I thought, well, you know, this is an interesting piece of information, and I think more than that, I really didn't know at that time that this piece of information would save my life later.
So had you started your Buteyko breathing journey at this point, or had you not started?
No, I was informed about the second discovery of Dr. Buteyko. At the time, I was just learning the Buteyko method. So it was my first weeks of practicing the Buteyko method.
So after you had started your practice, did you come across problems or symptoms that brought you and kind of circled you back around to the Chroniosepsis?
Yes, so I knew about Chroniosepsis from the very beginning. I was incredibly fortunate because many people who learn the basics of the Buteyko method in the West don't even receive this absolutely essential knowledge. I did. So at that time, I had been practicing the Buteyko method for 6 months when I started experiencing some symptoms related to Chroniosepsis. But I really didn't know. I was feeling like I achieved so much. I improved my health enormously during these first 6 months. However, some new symptoms were gradually forming, and they were slightly concerning for me at that time. But I didn't really know what to do with them or what are they, even though I received very clear instructions. But the second discovery of Dr. Buteyko is rather radical. Dr. Buteyko said that it would take people about 100 years to accept his first discovery about breathing. And it seems to be right. Now it's has been what, almost 70 years since his first discovery about chroniosepsis, and we have this wonderful book, Breath, by James Nestor, out, really raising people's awareness about mouth breathing, about overbreathing. So it's happening now in about 70 years, and we should assume that in 100 years or so, Dr. Buteyko's first discovery will be fully accepted. So that's about his first discovery. His second discovery about chroniosepsis is a bit more difficult to understand, and it's also more medical in a way. And Dr. Buteyko stated that it would take people 300 years to fully accept it. And now I can see that possibly it is true, because unfortunately more and more health professionals, especially biological or holistic dentists, now talk about the elements of Dr. Buteyko's discovery regarding chroniosepsis. However, so far I haven't came across anyone who would be able to present it in its fullest form as Dr. Buteyko did.
So are there classic symptoms associated with this, or is it kind of case by case? Can it vary from person to person?
Yeah, there are a lot of variations. When doctors talk about sepsis, they usually talk about its acute form. Dr. Buteyko talked about a more mild form and a chronic form, which usually shortens people's lives. The symptoms usually correspond to the level of carbon dioxide in the lungs and control pause. The higher CO2 level is, the stronger our immune system is. So if a person has a relatively normal, we could call it a high, because it's a renal level of CO2 in the lungs, this person's immune system becomes very strong. And in this case, this person should expect a rather strong reaction to chroniosepsis with really difficult symptoms. And this was my case, that's for sure. However, if a person's control pause or the level of carbon dioxide in the lungs is rather low, far below the norm, then the symptoms of chroniosepsis will be not noticeable or very mild. And this person could live for quite a long time with this condition without really being aware of it.
Why do you think it's important to teach this?
It's enormously important for people to know about this condition. Dr. Buteyko called overbreathing the disease of our civilization. It's actually not COVID-19, it's overbreathing, which is pandemic, which is killing people and make them susceptible to COVID-19. So chroniosepsis is a result of overbreathing. However, it cannot be stopped by breathing normalization alone. Usually something else has to be applied. And chroniosepsis creates many uncomfortable symptoms, but also it triggers overbreathing. And as a result of it, it lowers the level of CO2 in the lungs, which is our vital energy. So basically, chroniosepsis steals the years of our lives. And in addition of that, the years which we have, it makes them very difficult. because people don't live to their fullest potential. Sometimes they're in a state which Dr. Buteyko called semi-healthy, semi-ill, kind of semi-existence. They chronically not feel well. They have a lot of digestive problems. They're very sensitive to many things. They experience mental fog, fatigue, and so on. And sometimes people spend enormous time and money fighting each of these symptoms separately. But because they're not aware of Dr. Buteyko's discovery, they don't have an overall picture. So they don't know how to address and overcome this problem at once.
So I personally have been working in the holistic arena for over 10 years, and I've heard a lot from people who kind of are outside of the holistic realm and they jump in, and then after doing holistic methods can often have said, like, I've felt worse, things have gotten worse. And I know you can't speak to every single person that has ever said that individually, but generally speaking, when we hear that, because I think it is pretty common that we do hear that, do you feel like that's exactly where we should be inserting this knowledge into those conversations?
Absolutely. It's a problem for many holistic practitioners that they don't know about Dr. Buteyko's second discovery. And I really would like to raise their awareness about it, because it will help them as well as their patients enormously. So sometimes people start practicing the Buteyko method and they feel just the same as I felt after 6 months of practicing it, that it helped me enormously with my kidneys, with my joint pain. It helped me to overcome sleep apnea. It helped me to overcome my allergy. So many things. However, in some ways, it made me feel worse. You know, I started developing digestive problems. I began having sore throat periodically, and some other things. So the question is, why did it happen? And why the Buteyko method sometimes creates this type of situation? Well, often people misunderstand what happens because they think it's the method which, you know, created digestive problems, for example. No, it's not like that. It's just because breathing is incredibly powerful and it strengthens the immune system very quickly and very effectively. So people start developing those problems, or those problems become actually stronger in them as a result of a stronger immune system, which is more reactive, which has more energy to fight the infection. But because the infection is chronic, it cannot win. So it becomes like a vicious circle. Well, exactly the same thing can happen with other holistic treatments, because it's not just breathing which might trigger it, it's any technique which improves overall health and boosts the immune system. So the same thing could be experienced by a person who did intense cleansing, for example, detoxification, you know, a person who is really serious about his or her yoga practice, so many things, you know, acupuncture, massage, and so on.
So the Breathing Center is going to be putting on a course coming up starting November 14, which is a 2-session course diving into this topic, which we are really, really excited about. How is the training here in this course different than the other Buteyko trainings out there today?
I decided to do this group course, to offer this group course, just to help people to be aware of this problem and also give them step-by-step instructions on how to overcome this problem. Without overcoming the problem of chroniosepsis, we cannot achieve the level of optimal health. We cannot achieve positive maximum pause of 60 seconds and higher, like 120, 180 seconds, and so on. So that's why it's so important for people to receive this knowledge. Before, I have been, first of all, I would like to say that I have been teaching on this topic for 12 years now, and I have a lot of experience, my own and my clients. But before I taught on this topic only individually. This is only the second time I'm offering a group course. And it's an easy and inexpensive option for people to learn about this major discovery of Dr. Buteyko and receive really, I would say know-how on how to achieve the level of optimal health.
So you're leading this upcoming course along with Dr. Jesse Steinberg. Why are you doing the course with Jesse, and can you tell us a little bit about Jesse?
Absolutely. I'm very excited to teach this course with Dr. Jesse Steinberg. This is the first time we are going to teach this course together. Jesse was my student 12 years ago, and now he is the doctor of chiropractic and also advanced Buteyko specialist. He has all necessary medical knowledge to explain the second discovery of Dr. Buteyko in a more scientific and medical terms, but also he has a tremendous experience, his personal experience with chroniosepsis. It was really challenging for him to overcome this condition, and he learned a lot while doing so. So both Jesse and I are going to combine our knowledge and our experience and the experience of our clients together and offer it to the group of people during this course.
I think the two of you together are going to be two professional knowledge powerhouses coming together, and then also being able to, both of you have experienced this yourselves, is going to give everybody a wealth of knowledge and be extremely helpful. Who should attend this course? If people are watching this video and wondering if they should attend it, who should attend this course?
Well, first of all, any person who practices the Buteyko method should receive this knowledge. It's absolutely essential. It's the key element on the Buteyko journey. On top of it, I think this program will be incredibly helpful for holistic practitioners, for health practitioners in general. And then the third category, I would say, is people who tried hard to improve their health by applying various holistic modalities, and they feel like they didn't succeed, that the problems are still there. So I think this course also will be very helpful for this category of people.
Of course, to identify that potential roadblock you might have hit with your health, the answers that you may be seeking. Sasha, is there anything else that you would like to share with us today?
Yes, I would like to emphasize that hyperventilation is pandemic. In some ways, all of us are touched by it. And it decreases quality of life and also our lifespan. We are very fortunate because Dr. Buteyko left us the knowledge on how to overcome overbreathing and establish normal, healthy breathing, which is the foundation of overall health. However, for most people, it's impossible to achieve this goal without addressing the issue of Chroniosepsis. So without knowing how to do that, they're completely stuck on their journey to strong and reliable health. So it definitely will be incredibly joyful for me to give this knowledge to people and now make it available to not just to my individual clients, but to a big audience.
So this course is coming up November 14. It's a 2-part course. It's on a Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, New York, US time. You are welcome to go to thebreathingcenter.com to sign up. We will put a link below this video for signing up. But anybody who is struggling with their health or hit a roadblock, this may be the gem that you've been looking for to help you through, and we would love to help you on your journey. Or if you're a holistic practitioner looking for more knowledge on how to help others, this is the course for you. Thank you so much, Sasha, for being here and sharing the space today.
Thank you, Terry.